Gimmer22 asks, it seems like in most of your out-of-state hunts, you guys decide to scout in the mornings and midday and hunt in the evenings. When or what situation will you hunt in the mornings?
Um, when I got a good setup, I don't like hunting spots that I've walked before and the deer smelt that I was in there. Um, if I know of a situation, if it's been pre-scouted, if I've been there before, I like hunting there in the morning. Um, I do think that if you hunt a spot in the evening, you don't see nothing, and you thought it was a good spot, and you scouted it that day and found it in the evening. Sometimes the morning can still be good because the deer that you're after hasn't been in there yet. There's a good chance that he comes in the next day, and then you're sitting there. So sometimes sitting there the morning after you're there in the evening, but I'm not going into something blind based on a map that I've never been before in the morning. And I do have to have some sort of scouting time. So there's a direct correlation with the amount of success I have and the amount of time I spend scouting. So there has to be some sort of scouting in the equation, and of course there has to be hunting in the equation too in order to put something on the wall. So I have to give something up, and a lot of times if I hunt morning and evening on a hunt, I run out of scouting time because you grab something to eat or you go back to your truck and it's almost time to go back out. You know, unless you do a real quick morning hunt and then scout after you're done hunting, which is a little more feasible for me, like the first hour of light or something, and then jump down and start hitting it. How about you?
Yeah. So I don't typically hunt if I'm outside of the rut. Like if I'm going on a place where I consider it the rut hunt, that's when I'll hunt mornings, and I'll go in blind places. Like if I let's say it's the first morning,
Mhm.
like I get there the evening, a night, and going in the first morning, I'll go in blind, and I'll actually sit until depending on deer movement, 9 or 10 o'clock. Then I'll get down. If I don't like where I'm at, then I'll get down and kind of start the cycle of scouting. Um, but in the rut, I feel like it's you probably need to. I think you need to be in a tree in the morning at least for a couple hours.
Mhm.
Um, and then if you're in a good spot, like I mean, there's in the during the rut. I mean, you could you kill one midday if you're in the right spot. Depending on what you're after. But that's a scenario I'd hunt. I'd hunt every morning. Is like when I was in Ohio, I hunted every morning. And then if I didn't like where I was at, I got down 9 or 10 o'clock and scouted around until I found something different.
Yeah, I could do that, but I have to have a spot. I think going in
Mm-hmm.
there blind, I get too many spots where you can't really find a tree that's got the cover or something in the dark. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you put a gray light, then I do a little better at it. But it just seems
Mm-hmm.
like I
Yeah.
just want to find something and get onto something.
Yep. Yep. No, I get that for sure. I don't think any of my um, I opening day of Wisconsin's bow season this year, I sat in the morning, but it was just because we were going to shoot a doe if we saw one.
Mhm.
Um, when I was hunting up by Gary
Yeah, rut's the
and
only time
Brad.
I really care about hunting mornings.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I mean, and he's specifically talking about out of state stuff, so I'm assuming he's talking about places that you don't not real familiar with. But you've had some luck killing deer in the mornings, haven't you? Early,
Yeah.
and you
Uh,
kill some.
a few, not many. Most of my deer were killed in the evenings. I
Yeah.
killed a really big 8 pointer, a giant 8 pointer, in the middle of a thunderstorm in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Over scrape, right?
That one, no.
Oh.
That one was I figured out where he was bedding and got him coming back to bedding a little further back from the bedding before he went.
Mm-hmm.
There was it was an oxbow situation, and I hunted the outside of an oxbow, and he was on the inside of an oxbow, and so he came through this outside around to go back to the inside where he was going to bed, and there's a little funnel, and I shot him there.
Mm, that's
So that was
awesome.
an early season morning hunt. I did kill you when I was younger. I killed a few deer early season in the mornings, but it became pretty evident that I was doing more damage to the areas I hunted than I was doing good. However, when I was young, I was so gung ho and I had enough area to hunt that as long as I didn't go burn up my good evening spots, I could hunt every morning and every evening, and I did. Probably when I was in my 20s, I would hunt every
Yeah.
single day, every morning, every evening, even if it cost me jobs. But
Right.
but I always did better in the evenings
Yeah.
until rut. Rut, I would always see good action in the mornings.
Hey everybody, if you like the channel, make sure you subscribe right here. And if you like the clips, I got 2 more options for you. 2 options right here. Subscribe right here. See you guys.